She doesn't throw a single punch, doesn't raise an army, doesn't even leave her cave.
Banished and exiled and practically starving.
And yet, Ursula gets exactly what she wants: a kingdom, a trident, and total control over the most powerful being in the ocean. Today, we step inside her mind, the perfect manipulative villain, to reveal how desire becomes a weapon, and why Ursula has been winning this game long before anyone realized. This is her playbook. Before we decode the strategy, let's establish who we're dealing with. Ursula is an exile, banished from King Triton's court, stripped of power, living in the shadows with her two eel henchmen. Most villains would plot revenge through brute force, raise an army, challenge Triton directly. But Ursula, she's smarter than that. See, Ursula understands something fundamental about power that most people miss. Direct confrontation is for amateurs. Real power comes from making your enemy destroy themselves. And that's exactly what she does. She doesn't attack Triton. She doesn't need to, because Triton has a weakness, and Ursula knows it: his daughter. Ariel is obsessed with the human world. She's desperate, she's young, she's impulsive.
All right, I'm going inside. You can just stay here and watch for sharks. Okay.
In other words, she's the perfect target. And this is where Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power enters the scene. Law 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew. Law 33 states everyone has a weakness, a gap in the castle wall. That weakness is usually an insecurity, an uncontrollable emotion or need. Find it, and it's a thumbscrew you can turn to your advantage. Ursula doesn't guess at Ariel's weakness, she studies it. Watch this scene carefully. She sends her eels to gather intelligence. They don't just watch, they listen. They learn exactly what Ariel wants, how badly she wants it, and what she's willing to sacrifice. This isn't luck, this is reconnaissance. Sun Tzu wrote in The Art of War, "Know your enemy and know yourself, and you need not fear the result of 100 battles." Ursula knows Ariel better than Ariel knows herself, and once you know someone's deepest desire, you can weaponize it. Law 12. Use selective honesty to disarm your victim. Now comes the masterclass. Some people think manipulation means lying, but Ursula barely lies at all. Listen to what she actually says.
I admit that in the past I've been a nasty, but you'll find that nowadays I've mended all my ways.
She admits her past. She's upfront about her reputation. She positions herself as the reformed villain. Why? Because selective honesty disarms suspicion. Law 12. One sincere and honest move will cover over dozens of dishonest ones. Open-hearted gestures of honesty bring down the guard of even the most suspicious people. Ariel's guard drops. She thinks, if Ursula was really evil, would she admit her past mistakes? But here's the trap. Ursula's contract is technically fair. 3 days. Get the prince to kiss you. You get legs, you keep your voice. No kiss, you belong to me. She's not lying. She's not hiding the terms. She's giving Ariel exactly what she wants. But she's also engineering the game so Ariel can't possibly win. Law 7. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. Think about what Ursula actually does in this movie. She doesn't chase Ariel. She doesn't sabotage her directly, at least not at first. She just waits. Because she set up a scenario where Ariel does all the work, takes all the risk, and Ursula reaps all the reward. Ariel swims to the surface. Ariel tries to seduce Eric. Ariel fails, because how do you seduce someone without a voice? Ursula just sits back and watches the clock run out. This is Law 7 in action. Use the wisdom, knowledge, and legwork of other people to further your own cause. Not only will such assistance save you time and energy, it will give you an almost godlike aura of efficiency and speed. When the 3 days are up and Ariel transforms into that pitiful little polyp, who did all the work? Ariel. Who gets the prize? Ursula. Law 15. Crush your enemy totally. But here's where Ursula shows she's not just smart, she's ruthless. She could wait out the 3 days, let Ariel fail naturally, but Ursula doesn't take chances. She transforms into Vanessa, a beautiful human woman, and uses Ariel's stolen voice to hypnotize Eric.
Things are working out according to my ultimate design.
This is insurance. She's guaranteeing failure. Why leave anything to chance when you can eliminate all variables? Law 15 states, crush your enemy totally. If one ember is left alight, no matter how dimly it smolders, a fire will eventually break out. Ursula doesn't just want Ariel to lose. She wants Ariel to never have a chance. And when King Triton shows up to save his daughter, Ursula doesn't attack him. She doesn't fight him. She lets him surrender. That contract? It's ironclad. Triton can either let his daughter suffer or trade places with her. He chooses the latter. And just like that, without a single battle, Ursula has the trident. She has the crown. She has the ocean. That is strategy. So why does this matter? Because Ursula's playbook isn't fictional. It's been used for centuries. Robert Greene didn't invent these laws. He documented them from history, from politics, from warfare. Law 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew? That's what intelligence agencies do. Find the pressure point, exploit it. Law 12. Use selective honesty to disarm. That's what con artists do. Tell one truth to sell 1,000 lives. Law 7. Get others to do the work. That's what corrupt leaders do. Let others take the risk while you take the reward. Law 15. Crush your enemy totally. That's what empires do. You don't wound your opponent. Eliminate them. These aren't cartoon tactics. They're real-world strategies, hiding in a Disney movie. Ursula operates like a Machiavellian prince. She identifies weakness, exploits desperation, and strikes when her enemy is most vulnerable. She doesn't need physical strength. She has information, patience, and leverage. And that's more dangerous than any weapon. You're probably thinking, okay, cool, but I'm not trying to steal a trident. Fair, but you are negotiating every day, at work, in relationships, in business deals. And Ursula's playbook shows up everywhere. Ever had someone offer you a deal that sounded too good to be true? That's Law 12, selective honesty. Ever felt pressured to say yes because the clock is ticking? That's artificial urgency, Ursula's 3-day deadline. Ever realized someone knew exactly what to say to manipulate you? That's Law 33. They found your thumbscrew. The tactics don't change, only the setting does. So how do you defend against this? 1. Recognize the pattern. If someone is offering you exactly what you want with minimal effort, ask yourself, what's the catch? 2. Never negotiate desperate. Ursula wins because Ariel is impulsive and emotional. Desperation makes you blind to red flags. 3. Read the fine print. Ariel didn't, Triton didn't, and they both paid the price. Ursula's contract was legally airtight. She won because they didn't understand the terms until it was too late. Strategy isn't about being evil. It's about being prepared. Ursula was prepared. Ariel wasn't. And that's the difference between power and wishful thinking. Of course, Ursula loses in the end. Why? Because she violates one critical law. Never appear too perfect. She gets drunk on power, grows into a giant, makes herself the obvious target. And Eric drives a ship through her chest. Even the smartest strategies fail when ego takes over. But that's a lesson for another playbook. Next time, Scar's playbook. How lies destroy kingdoms, and why perception is more powerful than truth. If you want to decode the game, subscribe, drop a comment. What did we miss about Ursula's strategy? This is your hidden playbook, and the game is always playing.